gotta say, I'm gonna say something. It's a little critical.
Yep.
A lot of Green Party people have a kind of public access television vibe to them, and you don't have that. So do you have any tips to offer your fellow Green Party people about what it is to do? How does one tap into that more media savvy, telegenic presence?
I used to work in advertising years ago when I lived in California, and my dad was a politician. My mom was an actress. I was trained as a journalist. I owned a small business for a while, and then I went into school teaching basically because I had 3 kids at home and I wanted to stay in Maine, and it was that or work at the paper mill. So I became a school teacher, which is essentially a communications job.
Yeah,
But I
it is,
kept
yeah.
on organizing. I kept on learning how to. I was a blogger. I mean, I've given up so much for this campaign. One, I loved writing my blog because whenever I felt like my head was going to explode, I would write a blog post about, I'd read current events and I'd be like, So I guess I would say, think like a journalist and think about your audience. A lot of people think communicating is like it's broadcast. I have a message I'm putting out, but communicating is only when you connected with your audience.
Right.
So, and as a school teacher, I taught adolescents for years. Like you can tell from their body language in about 2 seconds whether they're with you or they're not. Check out your audience frequently and see are they listening still, or have I lost them?
And they don't BS you the way adults may.
Right. They would just throw chairs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, most of the kids that I taught are old enough to vote. And I have gotten tons of supportive comments from them on social media. The last debate last week was the Maine Chamber of Commerce sponsored it. And the email that came inviting us said, the final paragraph was, I believe Lisa Savage was my 5th grade teacher at Belgrade Elementary School. Please send her my best regards. And it was like, the assistant to the head of the Maine Chamber of Commerce or whatever. So that's my secret weapon.
Wow. Yeah. You taught them well.
My former students.
Yeah. Wow. And they turned out supporting you. I mean, not everyone who works at the Chamber of Commerce is going to be for someone like you.
That's right. I don't really know whether she'll vote for me, but she remembered me. Savage is a fairly common name in Maine, but it's usually like super right-wing Republicans. I have a lot of white privilege here. My ancestors definitely stole land from indigenous people so that they could have an ice company cutting ice out of the Kennebec River and selling it. And, I've been lucky enough to get a good education and be able to live here in Maine and bring my children up and stuff. I just feel like you got to acknowledge that stuff. And one of the biggest ways that people know my name recently is for the last, it happened about a year and a half ago, but for years, we were trying to get the final Native American mascot in Maine schools retired. And it happened to be the high school that my dad went to, his dad went to, my nephews and great nephews went to. And it was the Skowhegan Indians. So I started going to school board meetings with my sister also. And, all the ones that didn't want to change it would be like, we can't give up our traditions. And we would stand up and go, well, we've been here for eight generations. Here's my dad. I'm wearing my dad's letter sweater. Do you see any Indians on it?
Right.
It just has a big S. It was led by Wabanaki, the, tribes in Maine, the Wabanaki Confederation. And they were the leaders, but I was really, honored to stand with them as an ally. And we not only finally got the school board to replace the mascot, but we got a law passed at the state level saying it's illegal to have Native-themed mascots in a public school in Maine. So, again, Maine is kind of a small pond, but if you're involved in politics and stuff, people get to know you. They know your name. They know who you are. So. People keep telling me I can't possibly win. Most of the polls have ignored us. Some polls have polled us. The highest we've ever polled, I think, is like 6.5%. But that's first round. Second round, we always beat all the other candidates. We get more number 2s than anybody else.
Wow. Yeah. So imagine if they actually gave you a presence in the real world the way that they should. It's really disgusting. And that's amazing. And ranked choice voting, I think Chance the Rapper supports ranked choice voting. So you should try to get him to maybe give you guys a right, Jack? You're in Hollywood. You probably know people who know Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper's a Chicago guy.
I know, but he's in the world, the milieu.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if I know people who know Chance, but maybe I'll start making some calls. I'll send some texts right now.
Text Jimmy Kimmel
and ask for.
Hey, look, I know we've had some. There's some, but that's water on the bridge. The priority now is defeating Trump and getting Lisa Savage more visibility.
Defeating Trump is the most important thing. Yeah, this is how we do it.